And of course, to all of the women who are paving the way for little girls.
Nagsalita na ang aktres na si Ann Curtis matapos ang kontrobersyal na pahayag ni Quezon City Representative Bong Suntay. Nag-ugat ang usapin matapos maglabas ng hindi angkop na pahayag si Bong Suntay patungkol sa aktres habang nasa gitna ng isang formal na pagdinig sa Kamara. Ayon sa official statement ni Ann na ipinost sa kanyang mga social media account ngayong araw ng Sabado, March 7. Women's Month isn't just a celebration, it's a reminder of how far we still have to go. Pambungad na litanya ng actress. Hi, it took me a while to speak up. I was focused on what mattered most, being reunited with my family, who were stranded in the Middle East and getting home safely. I am home now, and now I'm ready to say what need to be said. Not for revenge or drama, but because remaining silent would be wrong. For me and for every woman watching. By now, many of you have heard the remarks made by Mr. Bong Suntay. A vulgar, sexualized analogy, my name disgustingly used without my consent, in the wrong context, and more importantly, without an ounce of respect. My initial reaction was one of shock. I was hurt, disturbed by how perverted it was, and angry. But now my thoughts are clear. What happened to me isn't rare. It happens to women every day. In offices, in group chats, in rooms where men think no one is listening, or worse, in rooms where they know everyone is, and simple don't care. What made this incident different is that it came from someone holding public office. Mr. Suntay, I won't spend much time on you, not because what you did was small, but because this was never really about you. Since you used me as an example, let me use you to as one too. You've become the poster boy of something much bigger. A culture that still thinks it's acceptable to talk about women this way. Worse, one that tolerates it from our leaders. As they say, misogyny dressed up as a joke is still misogyny. You hold a seat paid for by taxpayers. Women are taxpayers. I am a taxpayer. We are now props in your commentary. I do not accept your non-apology, but I also will not carry this as a personal wound. I do, however, accept your wife's apology, because as a wife and a mother myself, I know exactly what she must be feeling. That particular kind of embarrassment, that helplessness, that quiet grief of watching someone choose so poorly in public. To her, and to your children, this is not your shame. Please know that. And I hope everyone reading this extends them the same grace. They did nothing wrong, and they deserve to be left out of it entirely. Now, what I will carry is the responsibility to say clearly, on behalf of every woman who has ever been spoken about this way, we deserve better. Not just now, while this topic is a hot issue, but every single day. Not just from Mr. Suntay, from all of it, from the casual sexism disguised as clever remarks, from public officials who forget who they serve, from a culture that still asks women to laugh it off, to not be so sensitive, and to pick their battles. Every time a remark like this goes unchallenged, we lower the bar for what leadership looks like. Every time a woman is reduced to a cheap remark by someone holding a position of public trust, and nothing happens, we tell the next generation of women exactly where they stand. That is what I refuse to accept. Any leader who cannot respect women does not understand leadership at all. Respecting women, after all, is simple basic decency. To the Ethics Committee, I hope you do not let this pass. The integrity of public office depends on the standards it upholds. I will be seeking legal advice and will consider all my options looking forward. I cannot believe how many misogynists have revealed themselves the past couple of days. To everyone who used their voice to stand up for us and fight for our respect, both men and women, thank you. And if anyone wondering why Women's Month still matters, this is exactly why. Samantala, nauna rito, naglabas na rin ng pahayag ang legal counsel ni Ann matapos mabanggit ang kanyang pangalan sa umano'y hindi angkop na paraan sa isang pagdinig ng Kongreso. Ayon sa abogado ng aktres, matagal nang itinayo ni Ann Curtis Smith ang kanyang karera at pampublikong imahe sa pamamagitan ng profesionalismo, integridad at paggalang sa kapwa. Sa paglipas ng mga taon, nakuha niya ang tiwala at paghanga ng publiko hindi lamang sa kanyang trabaho, kundi pati na rin sa paraan ng kanyang pag-uugali sa loob at labas ng industriya. Gayunpaman, binigyang diin ng kanyang counsel na hindi katanggap-tanggap ang mga kamakailang pahayag na ginawa sa isang pagdinig ng Congressional Committee kung saan nabanggit ang pangalan ni Ann sa isang malisyoso at malaswang paraan. Ayon sa pahayag, walang sino mang babae, maging siya man ay isang public figure o isang pribadong mamamayan, ang dapat pagsalitaan sa paraang nagiging paksa ng sexual na komento. Ang ganitong uri ng pananalita ay itinuturing na nakabababa sa dignidad ng kababaihan at hindi dapat mangyari sa anumang lugar, lalo na sa loob ng Kongreso kung saan inaasahang pinananatili ng mga opisyal ng gobyerno ang respeto at dignidad sa kanilang mga pahayag. Binanggit din sa pahayag na matagal nang kinikilala ng batas ng Pilipinas ang kahalagahan ng paggalang sa kababaihan. Kabilang dito ang Safe Spaces Act at ang Magna Carta of Women na parehong naglalayong protektahan ang kababaihan laban sa sexist at mapanirang mga pahayag. Dagdag pa ng kampo ni Ann, lalo itong nakalulungkot dahil lumabas ang naturang mga komento sa panahon ng pagdiriwang ng National Women's Month. Isang panahon kung kailan inaanyayahan ang buong bansa na muling pagtibayin ang pangako para sa gender equality at paggalang sa dignidad ng kababaihan. Sa huli, iginiit ng kanyang abogado na ang pangyayaring ito ay dapat magsilbing paalala na ang mga kababaihan ay nararapat igalang sa lahat ng pagkakataon. Wala umanong puwang sa pampublikong diskurso ang mga salitang nagpapababa o nag-o-objectify sa kababaihan, lalo na sa mga lugar kung saan ang bawat salita ay may bigat ng tiwala ng publiko.
Pwedeng mangyari.
Kaya nga, sasabihin ko nga, what's the definition of imagination? What's the definition of desire? You know, only a dirty mind can impute something which is dirty doon sa statements na yon. I can say, I desire to work for ABS-CBN because I can imagine myself as a reporter. Is that criminal? Is that unlawful? Is that bad? Kung sasabihin ko, ay desire ko maging agamulak, na-imagine ko sarili ko maging agamulak. Is that unlawful? Is that immoral? Saying those? Now, it depends on, siguro pagka madumi yung isip mo, then sasabihin mo, ay, ano yan, immoral yan. But siguro, hindi madumi yung isip ko eh. Ako, I just know how to appreciate beauty. And kaya yung sinabi ko, minsan, nai-imagine ko rin na ako si Aga Mulak eh. Nung bata ako, sinabi nila magkamukha kami. Pero, yun, na-imagine ko lang. Desire ko rin maging kasing gwapo niya. Baka pagka pinanganak ako ulit. Now, is that immoral? Should it be stricken out from this interview? Yun lang. We should not put malice in something which is not malicious. Yun lang. And this is very important. Sabi ko nga, kaya nga, una pa lang, kahit anong first day, sinasabi ko, members of the committee should not only appear impartial, we should be impartial. Because we are hearing an impeachment complaint on the second highest elected official of the land.